Hello, everybody. I'm just checking to see how pale I look in this light, which is fairly pale. And that's accurate, I suppose. But I'd like to look not so incandescent. What can I do here? I just need the color temperature on this to be like a little bit warmer, but that's fine. Hello, how's it going? Let me get Steam up because we are going to start with the end of the run of Arcanium, Rise of Akhan, which is the fun fantasy roguelike deck builder that I've been playing with the 3 lanes thing. And then I watched a Nextlander stream where Alex Navarro was playing Fights in Tight Spaces, and it seemed way too fun to not be playing. So I picked that up, and we're going to dive into that one after we finish this run. That game would basically be described as what if John Wick was a tactical like a tactical combat card game, or like Slay the Spire meets Into the Breach, but with John Wick. If we're gonna do our Hollywood vibes here, so now we can go to this and continue our run in Arcanium. So, hello. How's it going? Kids are asleep? All right, I should look at my decks to remember what I was doing in this game. Writing time. I feel like a lot of people have maintained their NaNoWriMo energy and are carrying it into December, which is really impressive. I've never really given Nano a full go in terms of trying to hit 50k, and like I often am just not drafting in November because of how this like timing of my writing life goes. So we've got finishing by the end of the year. Dare I ask how likely that is seeming? Like, is there a how should I calibrate the level of like desperate typing GIF you are at the moment? 92, 110 possible. That seems pretty doable this month, depending on your drafting speed, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's pretty encouraging. We got some reward, resilience. All right. So every time we play a card with this friend, he gains a resilience, and we want to get up to 3 resilience so that we can do some of these cool special effects like Life Force. And then extra damage if you have resilience there. So that's our deck. This person also has 14. So your primary tank, we want to get a bunch of taunt on you so that you get consecration bonuses, and because of kind of your just general ability to get a whole bunch of shield. And then you are a big damage dealer person. You're a little bit more complicated of a damage dealer character than Aurora is, because you've got this like overload system where there's extra mana that this character can kind of bank and then do bigger attacks when they've got it. This pain suppression is great because it gives a 50% damage reduction for the turn, and we've got a bunch of artifacts. So is there backlash? Is backlash? I don't think I have much backlash, so let's give you the lantern so that then everybody can do this. We don't have an heirloom for you. I'm not totally sure what's heirlooms and what's not, so that's fine. This is the boss, and so then I guess we get to do some of this. Oh my goodness, we need health for you. And I can restore some of your health. That's okay. Artifact, sure. Let's get that. And I don't have the gold to buy any of this stuff, so let's go back into here. And let's look at artifacts. I gave you this lantern, and now you have this, so let's go ahead Can I not give this to you? Can this only go on other people? Can this go to you? No. Okay. Well, I don't know what's up with that. Let's just go fight the boss. Akhan the Deceiver. Akhan controls all the 5 spirit elements through his connection with Umbra. He is constantly altering his affinity to those spirits and summoning unique powers. Prepare for the ultimate battle. Very scary. Like, got some double horns. I guess triple horns, right? Because there's these horns, and those horns, and then we've got some, like, tusks going forward with the teeth, which is pretty cool. Often you get Big Boss has, like, purple vibes, but this we've got, like, gray-blue on the Big Boss here, which is a little bit different, and that's nice. Crotchety turtle. Umbra is displeased with your recent behavior. I'm like, Akhan does not care. Also, this is alarming. Very grabby. Alright, so the boss has a passive rotation like the area boss. Gain stasis upon taking 60 damage this turn. Well, I don't know that we're going to do 60 damage first turn. And you have right and left claws, so we want to get rid of these. Wow, decreases damage by 6 and gain resilience, 3 resilience every turn. That's going to be hard to bring these down. Maybe I should just blitz the main die. Maybe that's what this resilience is telling me, is that just kind of getting rid of the subsidiaries is not going to be as effective. So you are doing 19 damage and then 3/5 damage. So honestly, I want you over here because you're going to get resilience. So you have a teleport? You don't have the teleport. So we're going to Templar Rush over here. And do you have another dash? No, we're going to dash here. And Plate Purify to give you that, and then this is multi-strike 3 to deal 5 damage. That means that it's going to do 6 damage because it had 3 resilience and take 3 less damage from each hit. So that's going to be not very much here, which is great. You've got 19 incoming. I don't need to taunt this away from you. 2 damage in an area. That's fine because you're not going to take any of that because it's multi-strike. 6 damage and taunt in an area, shield steal. I don't know that I need that part, honestly. I guess we'll do that because it damages you, and that's kind of my main goal here. And I don't need that taunt, so I'm going to just hold on to the challenge. I don't need to play any of this turn. So these minions are going to take a little bit of a hit. You've got so much energy. Alright, so we're going to do this because it gives a locked overcharge. And then we're going to do Evolve, pop, pop, pop. And I think we can probably do better with that 1 mana later on. So doesn't tell me how much damage he's taken this turn, so to know like when you get the stasis, which is unfortunate. So I think I'm going to stop there. Taking some more damage, which is not great. So you are going to just be out. Oh, not quite. So I do want to taunt this. So I can taunt this. And I've got 3 energy, got 8 damage. I can do 15 here. Is that a ranged attack? It is a ranged attack. So I want to do 15 PV. And now I get my ult, so I get all of those minions, which is neat. I don't need to really use an interrupt here. Shields and Endurance, great for you. And then you don't have shields, but I can do this damage, which is not great. And you're gonna do that, so you've got the resilience to not take this damage. You are gonna take some damage. So let's go ahead and put a 4/4. Can I put a minion here? No. Can I put a minion here? I can. That's great. So it's going to do damage directly to the boss. And so that's going to do, it would do 15 damage because I've got 2 overload. And I've got 5, I guess. So let's do this for the shield, which gives more overload. Oh no, because it used the overload to do the thing. That's fine. Let's get rid of all of your cool stuff. Oh, it gets rid of the resilience, so I should be doing that at the beginning of the turn whenever I can. And you get some damage bonus. I wish I had the energy to do this pain suppression. Okay, did not... Ooh, what? That was... I shuffled a bunch of bad cards into my deck. Oh yeah. Okay, so the confused cards. You play it and you play it. You have to lose the 4 health that it says. But if you don't play them, then they're going to gum up your deck. Resilience in an area is pretty good. What if I interrupt you? Boss cannot be interrupted. That's a bummer. So do that. And it's going to be a bunch of damage. Shield steal. Don't have shields. You just have resilience, which is a bummer. Cleanse can restore 6 health to an ally. That's very good. And then get you. I'm going to give that to you so that you can get back this pain suppression. And then we're going to play it so everybody takes less damage. Toughness is fine. We're going to do some defending and some defending. And you're doing that much damage, which I can tank because of resilience. Right? Okay. Toughness. Well, I don't think... Because if I move Mozebus over there, he's going to take more damage because 23 is greater than 15 here. So I don't think any of that is going to help me. He's not doing a lot of damage on here. That's so many confused. That's going to just... Oof! Immune is good. Can I get a taunt? Okay. Taunt 2. And then I'm gonna get a bunch of shield, so I can survive that hit. And then I'm gonna attack. That's my alt. Attack. I can keep attacking. That's great. Because that lets me do a lot, even though I'm getting... I've just got this handful of confused cards. And let's get some backlash. And you can... I mean, you can survive that hit. And then you're not going to take as much damage. Okay. Resilience. Extra for... Let's see what's better. Consume all overload. Gain 2 resilience in an area per overload consumed. Alright, so this is in an area, is the thing. So it would be 3 resilience, and this would be also 3 resilience. So reverberation is better here. But if I play anything else first, I won't get as much of a bonus because I will use the overload first. So let's reverberate. You can't be counterspelled, so I'm going to counter what you're doing. That's good. And then we're going to gain toughness in the area. And go ahead and do some damage. And now an ult, so I'm going to do more damage. And I don't want to take the confuse there. Oh, cool, everybody's just confused. Well, that's nice because it leaves enough of the immunes for this damage. I'm going to wait on the confused. You don't have the energy for that. Yeah, 370 is way less than it used to be, so that's good, but it's still a lot. And everything is more expensive this time, which is just peachy. So I guess I'm gonna do this, and then play my confused, and go ahead. Now I'm gonna hold on to Earthquake, because I'm not taking any damage right now. Just reset. So let's do that. And then I'm going to hit you to get some more shield. You're not taking so much damage this time, which is great. You don't have any overload. I don't have any of the redraws left. And you're just nothing. So let's go ahead. Okay. Something you have lets me redraw things, which is great. So I just have to play some of these to be able to do some stuff. Okay, this turn's not so bad, question mark? Alright, so you would be done this turn. So let's gain toughness. And then let's gain some resilience, so that you're not gonna die this turn. You don't have 5 energy because you're doing your temporal rip thing. Oh, I'd really like you to have that much energy. You're doing multi-strike. You have resilience too, so I'm gonna move you over here because you can survive that. And then I can do Crush, but it doesn't get a bonus because I don't have extra resilience. But I play that card and it does give me more resilience, even if it costs me some health. So I've got 8 shields, I'm going to bolster, I'm going to do some damage, and then I'm going to shield bash. That's fine. I should have moved over and then done the shield bash to the main enemy, is the thing. Okay, so you're doing multi-strike, do 2 damage in an area. So I'm going to interrupt your attack, which did not work for whatever reason. I thought that I could interrupt the hands. Bunch of damage. I think I'll try to do everything I can. Oh. Yeah, I haven't gotten the minion back. I don't actually need the cleanse here. And enchant 3. The shield is not going to help me here. Well, let's get backlash in an area and then attack. And like this. And then let's get your heart. Alright, so when Mozebos dies, we're just going to be tagging Leon and Shinzo back and forth to try to attack Akhan. 34 damage coming in. Very fun. So you're doing taunt. Because you're coming in there. Well, let's gain the backlash. Let's don't have anything bad to cleanse, but it does give us resilience. Let's go ahead and do that big hit. And I'm going to dash over here to gain shield. And 3 damage and taunt in an area. Shield steal, yeah. That should have gotten me way more shields is the thing. Just need a bunch more shields and take a lot of hit. So I like a lot about this game, but there's still compounding math and interactions that evade me, and that makes the game a little bit less fun because part of these games is learning how to be able to read everything of what's going on, and there's just a little bit too much of some of these things all at once in the bigger fights. So let's give you antidotes, get a bunch of health, and then I'm gonna punch you to get some shields. I'm gonna put a friend in here, and then I'm gonna do an attack, and then you're gonna get your ult. And one confused in each hand is not too bad. Still at 268 this enemy, and now everything is more expensive. And you got a handful of nothing. Let's get some immune. Let's get some shield. We're gonna do damage. I should probably just play at least one of these, yep, so that I can get some resilience. And that's that. That worked very well. But yeah, these hands full of confused is not great because yeah, you're gonna take it on the chin here. Alright, so you've got 6. I'm not gonna get to 3 resilience. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna crush. I'm gonna do some shield steal. And that's just for minions. You are gonna die, so what if I got rid of... What if I taunted all the damage onto me so that you don't take as much damage? And then it's gonna be down to you. I don't have a lot of faith that I will win this yet. I mean, this is the boss, and that's pretty cool. In a lot of roguelikes, you're not expected to be able to beat the boss in your first run, but then I did, and I didn't have the game at... I don't think I had it at the very easiest mode. I think I had it at the second easiest. And this is one degree harder than that, and that's fine. But the tricky part is that there's all of these interactions that are just harder to follow. Yeah, I've got this, so it's just, we're done. Okay. Oh, my god! Alright, so we're done with that. We do some leveling up in mastery. It unlocks cards. A lot of cards. And then we go back. But now let's look at... I think we did unlock a character. Who's the person we unlocked? We unlocked Angorn. No, I want to look at your deck. Yeah, here we go. So restores 2 health to the most injured allied hero at the start of each turn. So you're our druid healer. You've got a lot of utility, but you're fairly difficult to use. 50 health, uses nature and light. What's your starting deck? Apply shield and haste. What does haste do? Draws 1 time the next time you play a card, then decays by 1 stack. Okay, that's pretty cool. Backlash, poison, cleanse, extra shield if they have backlash, enchant. Right, enchant is this persists turn on turn. So this is, you're gonna give people backlash, you're gonna poison the enemy, you're gonna give shields, you're gonna regenerate health. You're gonna do poison to the enemy, light wisps, give you shields, and a lot of backlash. Okay, so there's stuff out there that, you know, interacts with that backlash, and that's gonna definitely help. And you get specialized heirlooms, which must be that kind of top artifact slot that I couldn't have for, I think, Leon. And your ult is gain 8 shield and cleanse in an area. Okay. And then you get options for different versions of what your ult is going to be, so that's cool. And then I guess you unlock frames for your character, which is like cosmetics. So, oh, and I got Tara what are you? What's your deal? You are a Warden Ranger, so you also have nature, but then elemental. Draw 2 cards when you destroy an enemy, maximum once per turn. Okay, so Not going to come up a lot, but it will give you some ability to like kind of build momentum, especially if she has abilities that will gain, abilities or heirlooms that gain energy if you kill an enemy or something like that. Applying poison, so Tara and the druid will work together pretty well because they both do poison. We've got some traps. Gaining shields per poison on targets, you get some defense for yourself. You are lots of offense, very little defense, kind of below medium utility, not as high difficulty. And then there's at least 3 more characters that we can unlock.